What's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we have Austin Solheim with Echo Shelters talking about the long walk home. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for coming on. You don't have your cowboy hat on today.
No cowboy hat today. Now I might have to steal the metal one. We'll see.
I was wondering. I'm like, okay, I'm wearing my cowboy hat today because Austin's going to be rolling in with his big old cowboy hat.
I'll wear it. Next time I'm on, I'll bring it on. I got you.
Yeah, so what's been going on, man? Haven't had you on in a while.
I know. It's been a couple months. It's been an incredible summer.
Yeah?
It really has been. Both personally, both work-wise, both with Echo. It's just been absolutely amazing.
So real quick at the beginning here, tell us what Echo is. Give me a little insight in our viewers of what Echo and the program's all about.
Absolutely. So Echo stands for El Camino Homeless Organization. And what we are is an organization that really serves our most vulnerable population here on the Central Coast. We have two campuses, one in Paso Robles and one in Atascadero. But we've been around since 2001. Our mission is really just to empower people to get from that place of vulnerability, that place of experiencing and facing homelessness, back into that stable housing. And we do that through a couple of different programs that we offer, the biggest one being shelter. But we have a very unique approach to shelter where we give people a little bit more of a long-term stability. So when you come into our shelter, you actually get at least 90 days of that really focused, intensive case management and stability. So you're there for 90 days working towards getting back into housing. And every single plan looks different, but the goal is the same. We want to get people back from where they are, back into housing.
So with that 90-day period, what does that look like? I mean, what's the real, meat and potatoes of that program?
Yeah, I mean, the end goal is housing, but how we get there is very, very different, right? Everybody comes to us in very different walks of life. So I'll give you two examples, right? We have a young man that comes into our shelter, 20 years old, first time experiencing homelessness, right? Working through kind of these different pieces, has been couch surfing for a really long time. That man's plan may look like workforce development, right? Really focusing on getting a job, building an income, finding maybe a room to rent somewhere in our community. That may be their case plan. So the case manager is really working through, taking steps with them to build up that plan. It may be tapping into some of the resources, some of the classes that we have on site that we provide workforce development. Sometimes it's in our commercial kitchen, sometimes it's in different parts of our shelter. We're helping them to set up interviews, really doing mock interviews with them, helping them build that resume, all of those pieces, and then celebrating with them when they get that first job, when they take that first step, and working through all of the pieces that come with that, transportation, everything. Then there's another plan, right? We have the senior that comes into our shelter, someone that has been living in a different place, that has gone through a medical crisis, right? And has lost their housing, doesn't have that family support or different pieces to be able to tap into, and becomes homeless, is living in their car. Their plan is going to look much different. It's not going to look like building a resume and doing those different pieces, but it could be looking at their income. Are they on SSI? Are they getting all of these different pieces, right? And looking at what is available to them. Are there senior homes that we can apply for? Are there wait lists that we can get on? Are there different programs that we can enroll in, some wellness, making sure that they're taking care of their health, right? They may have gone to the ER, but that doesn't mean that they've been able to follow up with a doctor because they don't have regular access to a computer. Right? They can't make those appointments. So that might be part of that working through. And the goal is still, for both of these people, getting them back into housing. But how we get there is a lot different. The core of it, though, is our case management team. So we really focus on that intensive and individualized case management, coming up with that housing plan from day one, getting someone working back into housing. And that housing plan, I think my favorite part is it doesn't start when someone joins that 90-day program. It starts when someone comes and asks for help, right? So when someone comes to our shelter, I mean, there are pieces that we can do when we're helping someone just when they give us that very first phone call. We're working through those steps, figuring out how we can help that person from that very first day.
Because I'm sure it's probably not like immediate, like you say, when they first make that phone call, because I'm sure there's been, plenty of those people that's come through, made that call, and they just vanished again to where, it wasn't maybe the right time, the time we were talking about the timing before.
The timing, and it's a combination of timing and trust, right? We know that homelessness and being in that is an emergency. That means that, when someone's going through that, they're absolutely in fight or flight. They're just trying to figure out how they can be safe for that night. Even when they get into that 90-day program, that feeling doesn't go away immediately. Sometimes it takes a couple of weeks for someone just to settle in, feel that they are safe and to trust in our program. It's the same thing when someone's maybe waiting just to apply for that program. They're not sure if this is the step that they want to take, so they want to just come and see our services. And that's why when we talk about our 2 locations, we call them a campus, because it's not just a shelter program that we offer. 7 days a week, 365 days a year, we offer a dinner program to anyone in our community. Anyone can come in and get a meal. They can come in, they can sit with case management, they can sit with our residents, and it's all community run. So volunteers come in and actually cook those meals. Volunteers from our communities are the ones coming in and greeting everybody. But it can give someone that opportunity who's not sure about our program, not sure about our shelter, the opportunity to come in and just check it out for themselves. Come ask questions, come see it, right? And build that trust with us to be willing to apply for that next step.
Are those kind of programs funded by the state, or are those funded by local businesses?
So the meal program is completely volunteer run. So, I mean, 365 days a year, we have volunteers from the community that are coming in, providing that meal. So ECHO as a total, we get about half of our funding from grants, from the county, from the state, from different places. But the other 50% is absolutely run completely by the community, right? And that's North County, SLO County, really run by the community. When ECHO was founded, for its first 10 years, from 2001 to 2011, didn't have a single paid staff member. It was all run by board members and volunteers from our community who wanted to make a difference.
Wow. And so, Austin, give me a story. Give us a story of a individual that has kind of maybe a little bit of a challenge at the beginning, but then has really, drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak, and went through the program and is now successful. Tell me something about that.
Yeah, so just this last Sunday, we actually shared a story about Rick. And Rick was an individual that, if you remember, a couple weeks ago, everybody was talking about the encampment that was off of the 101. And Rick was one of those individuals that had been in that encampment from when it moved from behind the McDonald's to the 76, kind of down there in the riverbed behind the church, all of those different places. Rick was one of those individuals. But before that, Rick was someone who owned a business in Paso Robles. He owned a business in downtown Paso Robles. He got himself in some trouble. He ended up, a lot of different things happened in his life. And through that situation, he became homeless in our community in the 90s. Now, he worked through different places. He was in Paso for a while. He made his way down to Atascadero. He had been experiencing homelessness. And during that time, he was introduced to ECHO. So he'd kind of known that we were there. He had come for dinner a few times. He had been involved, and really he had heard from other people that were either in that encampment or talking with our outreach team that goes out and meets people in those encampments. He knew that we were there. And so we actually worked with our team, which is the Atascadero Police Department's homeless outreach team that works with our case management team. And so the two of them worked together. They connected with Rick, and during kind of that phase of that encampment clear out that was happening, Rick decided to make the commitment to join our ECHO program. So during that time, we were able to be the constant during his ever-changing situation. But this is an individual who'd been homeless for almost 30 years, that had been experiencing this, but was a community member, is a community member, and was really looking for that resource. And so he finally had the opportunity to really come and see it for ourselves. He trusted that his stuff was going to be safe, that he was going to be safe, and he made the commitment to join our 90-day program. Now, my favorite part, again, it comes down to timing. One of the things that really convinced Rick to join our program was our community garden. So at our Atascadero campus, we have a huge community garden that was actually donated to us by Farm Supply. And so we are growing vegetables. We have eggplant that's booming right now, tomatoes booming right now, all of these different plants, flowers, everything going. But when we were talking about this, we were just getting to the phase where we were planting. When Rick saw that and he asked if he could be involved in that, he joined without question. He was like, I want to join, but can I take care of the garden? This is all I want to do. He's like, give me the opportunity. I want to come inside. I want to do this, but can I have something that I can help with, right? Can I have this? And so he has absolutely maintained the most beautiful garden. And if you haven't seen it, come by our Echo Atascadero campus. Come see it for yourself. It is blooming. We have eggplants going. Our meal providers are actually taking some of the vegetables off, incorporating those into their dishes, which is really incredible. And there's a picture on our Facebook of Rick in that garden tending that. And I was talking with him just the other day. The most incredible part is Rick actually just got accepted for housing. So
wow,
through
awesome.
all of this work, right, doing everything that he's supposed to be doing, meeting with his case manager, tending to the garden, he is actually now planning to build his own garden in his own place, which is really, really incredible. So we are just really excited for, you know, any opportunity that we can get. But as we talked about earlier, sometimes it's all about just being that constant in that ever-changing world that people are going through.
And you probably see that a lot, Austin, you know, as far as like the roller coaster, you know, I mean, we all see the encampments, we see the river. I mean, and there's a difference, in my opinion, from that to like what you guys are, you know, I mean, obviously that's where it starts, you know, and the end result is Rick, you know, but they have to accept it. They have to be ready to say, we want some help.
And not everybody is.
Right.
Not everybody is. But our role in this community is to be that constant, right? We know that things are going to change for people in the encampments. We know that, you know, the city might get involved. We know that weather might get involved. Look at this past year.
Right.
We had tremendous rains. We had heat over 100 and almost 110 a couple of days, right? When those things are happening, when we know that those things are happening, those are opportunities for us to really engage with people and talk about resources. So our job, our goal is to be that constant for when someone is ready and to build that trust with them in the meantime, to constantly invite them to dinner, to invite them to our programs, to use those services. And sometimes it just means seeing their peers, someone like Rick, joining our program and getting back into housing. Because if Rick can do it, anybody can do it.
And what kind of personality change do you notice from the moment when you meet somebody to like say where Rick's at now? You know, it's like, I'm sure, you know, it's more of a kind of like a standoffish, you know, kind of not sure, to, you know, probably Rick's now. It's like, hey, Austin, what's up, man? And
absolutely. I mean, it's amazing to see someone's physical change and mental change when their needs are being met, right? And if you look at someone's hierarchy of needs, right, one of the biggest things that we talk about is food and shelter, right? Once you have those two things, it unlocks all these other boxes, and you can start to change from needs, and you can actually start talking about wants, right? So I can say, I want housing for you. But if you can't say, I want housing for myself and tell yourself why, we're never going to get there, right? But the first thing that we need to accomplish most of the time is that food and shelter piece, right? When we can take care of that, we can make someone feel safe, then we can start talking about what is next, right? We can start unlocking for them that want and that self-motivation to be able to work through the steps, work with that case management, work with amazing members of our community to get back into housing.
And you probably also run across people that are really super intelligent to where, you know, maybe in the back of your mind are going, how did you even get to this point? You know, to where you have all this, you know, knowledge, maybe even, you know, degrees, to where, you know, I mean, we just never know what a person's going through or how they reached, you know, that level.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many incredible stories of individuals that, I mean, their backgrounds would blow your mind. And the thing that is the constant reminder for me is how close we all could be to becoming and experiencing homelessness in our own lives.
Oh, sure.
That we don't have those support systems. And the one thing that really, I mean, the past couple of years have taught us is how many individuals were just living paycheck to paycheck, right? During COVID, during those different times when incomes were cut off, when all of these different pieces were happening, everyone looking at their lives and going, oh my gosh, I could be one paycheck away, right? We don't think about it because, that paycheck keeps coming as long as we keep going to work. But something can happen in our lives. A car breaks down, right? A partner dispute, right? A medical emergency. All of these things could be factors. And if you don't have that support system, for a lot of us, it's our family, right? It's someone that we can fall back on. It's different pieces. We have that. But for someone who might not have that, the next step might be homelessness, unfortunately.
Wow. So awesome. Tell me, so you guys have a lot of events, you know, that you guys, you know, partner up with, you know, the community, businesses. I mean, you guys have a huge support system, you know, from just local businesses, individuals. We just had the empty bowls not too long ago, which we were involved with, which that was super fun. Of course, and I thank you for that, because I would have never ever went to that by myself, just randomly gone, and I had a lot of fun. Just seeing all the different people, saw the community, members out there helping, the fun, people were out there saying that this was their, gosh, one gentleman doesn't even live here anymore. He drives up from, Southern California and looks super forward to, to the event every year. But so tell me about the next event. What do we got coming up?
So coming up on Saturday, September 23rd, we have our Long Walk Home Awareness March at our Atascadero campus. This is one of ECHO's longest events that we have ever run. So I believe this is our 14th annual Long Walk Home Awareness March, where we have community members come out, support us together, and together we march through the heart of downtown Atascadero, together raising awareness and raising funds for those that are really most vulnerable in our community. Then we come back to our Atascadero campus. We have an amazing barbecue that our team has been providing for many, many years. And if you haven't had it, if this is your first year, you got to give me your opinion, because in my mind, it's absolutely mind-blowing. But we do tours of our campus, we have live music, we have games going, we have a couple of different partners providing some kids activities. So the one thing about all of our events is we really just try to be community focused and fun. So it's a great opportunity to come out with your neighbors, with your friends, with your businesses, with your partners, everything, and just come out and support ECHO.
And for people that don't know where ECHO's at, where exactly are you guys?
So we have a unique location in this community. So we are actually in what was considered the old Baptist church on Atascadero Avenue. So we are kind of cornered between ABC Church and Atascadero High, right there behind the 101.
Okay, so your guys' walk will consist of probably, going down Atascadero Avenue, down that old midway, down from the high school. Mm-hmm. And you said you're going to go ahead and walk through under the bridge right there?
We're going to, walk under the 101, and we actually go right to the Rotunda building, right down there, the government building for Atascadero, and we take a picture together. And that's one of my favorite parts, because you can see throughout the years that we've been doing this event that what started as a small group of really community supporters has grown to our entire city. It's amazing. We have businesses, we have Rotary clubs, we have Kiwanis that comes out, and everybody brings banners, t-shirts, different pieces, just really coming out together to support ECHO and to be a part of that event.
And so how long do you think that walk takes you guys? A couple hours?
Not even a couple hours.
Yeah.
It is, it maybe takes us in total about an hour to do the whole walk itself. And it's not because the walk takes that long, it's because of the line of people that are marching together with us to raise awareness for our most vulnerable population.
And that's the thing that we were talking about as far as like the awareness, there's so much stuff going on in our North County, area. There's literally, but when people sees, big, gathering of walking, it's kind of, like you said, it draws the awareness to where people now you start talking, open up those communication, those conversations mm-hmm. about, what the program is.
And that's one of the best parts about this event too, is opening up that communication. This is a unique event because it's actually held at our campus. So once we finish that walk and we come back, we offer tours. The campus is open. You can come, you can see it for yourself. You can walk through our campus, walk where our residents stay, and really see it for yourself and see what we're offering and why we're different. There are so many preconceived notions about what a homeless shelter looks like, what a homeless shelter is, what we do. But when you come to our Atascadero campus, you're greeted by a playground. You're greeted by kids that are running around on their bicycles. You're greeted by a family room. It's a lot different than you would expect. And so we really want to break down those walls. And this is a great opportunity for any community members to come out to enjoy some amazing barbecue and to see the campus for themselves, to learn a little bit more, to learn about volunteering, to learn about getting involved if they want to make a difference.
And how do people sign up for this? Where do they go to be involved with this?
So for our event, you can buy tickets early on echoshelter.org under our events tab, but you're more than welcome to come the day of and buy tickets for this event as well. Registration is going to start at 9 a.m. and our goal is to start walking by 10.
And are you still accepting volunteers for help? I'm sure you're still needing some people back at the campus, getting ready for everybody to come back?
Absolutely, absolutely. And not just for this event, but we're always looking for volunteers in this community too. Someone that wants to be a meal provider, really focus on that meal team, someone that wants to come and serve, someone that wants to help us run our programs. We are made up of almost 1,800 community volunteers, which is absolutely incredible. And really, I mean, from day one when Echo was founded, we are members of this community. We were volunteer run. Still to this day, we just have so much respect and gratitude for the volunteers that come and spend their time with us and help us to run all of our programs and operations.
So since 2001, right?
2001.
So we're now in the 23rd year of Echo.
Mm-hmm.
And so looking at your volunteers, and maybe you don't know the answer. You probably do, because you're pretty versed on the whole Echo shelters and everything, their history. How many of those volunteers back in 2001 are still involved?
So I will tell you, are you familiar with Don at Atascadero 76?
Yep.
So Don is one of our sponsors that is really helping us. You know, he comes through at every event, helps really to do those different pieces. And although he doesn't volunteer as much, he was one of our original volunteer board members. And Don was even responsible for helping us to buy that building in Atascadero. So our very first physical location that we had, Don was really responsible. So when we talk about people that are still involved since 2001, we still have community members throughout Atascadero, Paso Robles, Santa Margarita, everywhere that are still involved at Echo. We even have volunteers. We have one of our unique volunteer positions is an overnight chaperone. And we have an overnight chaperone that has been coming with us since Echo didn't even have a physical building. Used to be moving from church to church to church to church. One of those original locations was that church. And then probably one of the longest lasting pieces that is most amazing is our meal teams. We have had meal teams that have been a part of Echo since before Echo had our physical location in Atascadero, because they were members of that church that took on that responsibility over 20 years ago, and still today. We even have a family that comes in, and I think they're on their third generation of teaching a secret curry recipe that has been taught and made at Echo for many generations.
No kidding.
Absolutely.
So, Osna, I mean, you seem very like it's not even work for you. You know, it seems like, I mean, you're just, you know, you do it because you love it, and you enjoy the people you're helping, the people that you're surrounded by. But like I said, I mean, you're it's kind of like, you know, love what you do, and you'll never go to a job in a day of your life.
No, I mean, it's incredible to make a difference, right? And every action that we get to do through Echo truly is making a difference. And I mean, people ask, you know, why are we doing this? Why do we talk about it? Why do we do it? This year alone, from just January until September, we have helped 120 men, women, and children get back into housing this year. And that is the most individuals that have gotten back into housing through our services in any year that we've been in the last 23 years.
And we're not even done yet.
We're not even done yet, right?
Wow.
And we have we actually just found out just a couple of weeks ago that there's a new program that's opening as well. Like, it's really apartments that are opening, and we have 25 people on that wait list that have been approved. So 25 people that are currently staying with us that are going to be moving into that housing too. So our numbers are just incredible this year, and we are making that difference. It's not perfect, right? We're really trying. We're trying to raise money so that we can do more. We want to do more. We want to provide more beds. We want to provide more services to those in need to continue to build that trust and to be able to run that. I mean, even at both of our campuses right now, we're still running off a wait list for our 90-day program. So the more that we can do, we want to do more in our community. We love our community. We love our community partners. We're working with the government, the city council up in Paso. We're working with our city council here in Atascadero, and it's just amazing to see the differences that we're making on the Central Coast.
That's awesome. Well, Austin, let's see, September 23rd, right?
Saturday, September 23rd, 9 a.m.
9 a.m., you have the long walk home, and, you know, everybody's encouraged to come out and support.
Come out, support. It's an amazing community event, right? There's going to be live music. We're going to have an amazing barbecue team there. Come out, enjoy an amazing meal, walk with us, learn about Echo, and enjoy with your community, right? We're going to have tables set up. You're going to be able to sit with partners. You might even be able to bug Randy a little bit, you know, try to get on What's Up North County. There's
Right?
just so many opportunities to come out, support, join with our community, have an amazing afternoon, and really learn about Echo and help us raise money to support those who need it most.
And, you know, I mean, that brings me to this part. You know, we really appreciate you, you know, letting us be involved with you guys, because as all the businesses, you guys have, like I said, you have a lot of sponsors, you have a lot of business, a lot of community involvement, which take pride in helping, the cause, helping, you guys towards your mission. And like I said, we appreciate, being involved and doing whatever we can to, help promote it, help get the awareness out, and hopefully push you guys up to the next step as all the businesses do. So we really appreciate that.
Well, and we're so grateful, not to you and to all of our community partners, right? All 40 of our amazing community sponsors who are out there really inviting us to come and have a conversation with their team, to really open that door and engage every single person with that opportunity to learn about what Echo is doing, what's going on with homelessness in our community, and how someone can help.
Maybe let's see, next week we could do something to where we can come in and get a little preview of the inside of the shelter.
Let's do it.
I think that would be fun.
That would be great. We'd love that. And we'd love to just show people why we're different and what it looks like.
Awesome. Austin, really appreciate you. Appreciate everything you do. And I'm sure, our community appreciates you much more than what I'm even telling you right now.
Well, thank you, Randy.
So there you have it, guys. Make sure that you guys check out Echo Shelters, September 23rd. You have the long walk home. You don't want to miss this, guys. Okay, get your tickets, be a part of it, and they are always accepting volunteers forever and ever and ever. So keep building. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Hanson Enterprises, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Story Termite and Pest Control, Paso Robles Furniture, 5-Star Rain Gutters, Airflow Filter Services, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, and Amy and Jamie's Place. Guys, thanks again. Get out there on the 23rd. We'll see you at the long walk home.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Veux-tu danser avec moi?
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations, Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
We don't just serve it up, we roast it, distill it, brew it, craft it, crank it, bake it, make it, perfect it, cure it, paint it, live it, breathe it, and then we serve it up. All in Atascadero.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.